no diamond dust, and only I can find a golden key.
What? What are you...
Well, I'm playing Project Diva F, a wonderful rhythm game where you play wonderful Vocaloid characters.
Sephiroth,
Yes?
if it's under 30 seconds, you don't need to review it, it's still covered under free trade.
Free trade? What are you talking about?
It allows us to use material we did not originally create. You know what? Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Now, aside from that, what's with the unicorn?
That's Diamond Dust. She's our obligatory pony character.
And why do we need an obligatory pony character?
Well, everyone else is doing it these days.
Just get ready for the review.
Fine.
That's better.
So, now that you've made friends with the great and powerful Sephiroth, what are we doing today? Another card game?
Well, first I wanted to ask you about something.
Oh?
When you made the promotional video, were you doing that in my apartment?
What makes you think that?
Well, for starters, the sconce is there. That's been up since Christmas.
Anyone could have put that there. What do you mean by promotional video?
You know, when it was dark and ominous and you walked in and you talked about how the forces of chaos were all enacting their stupid plans.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We referenced it in the last episode.
So, what are we doing today? Another children's card game?
Actually, today we're going to go through deck building.
Deck building, you say? How do you make a deck?
Well, the deck is made of 50 cards to begin with. And you can have, and you mix it up out of the eight elements of crystals.
So we have lightning, blue,
Water,
earth, other blue,
ice,
red,
fire,
green,
wind,
white,
darkness,
and light.
Yeah, the subtle differences.
So this is a light card, right?
No. You look at the crystal, not the background.
So how many cards go into a deck?
Well, as I said before, it's a 50 card deck. And of that, you can have three copies of any one card.
So I can have 3 cards named Sephiroth.
No. You can have 3 cards of different Sephiroths.
So, if I'm to get your meaning correct, here we have 2 different Zack cards. Are you saying that I can have 3 of each in a deck?
That's right. In fact, it's a lot. In fact, it's suggested with certain abilities.
I see. Now, can I play all those Zacks to the field at one time?
No. As much as you like the reunion, you can only have one card of any character. Like, for instance, despite what you'd like to see, you can only have one Sephiroth running around at a time.
The world simply is not ready to have more than one Sephiroth.
No. No, it isn't. And if there's any adjustments to the world, it'll stay like that.
But what about these cards with this 3-card icon up at the top?
If that's a 3-card icon, the major thing is that you can play as many of those as you want. Because they're not individual characters. It's a class, or a monster, or a chocobo. You can conceivably have tons of them running around without any problems.
I do like my chocobo.
I'm sure you do.
What are the advantages to each element?
Well, starting with lightning. Lightning uses a lot of break effects, which is the kind of thing you like, just absolutely destroying an opponent's forward or backup, depending on which. Though it can be a bit costly with some of the cards, especially if you're running around without it. Ice, here, is a lot about control, forcing your opponent to discard, dulling their characters so they can't do anything. Though you should know plenty about this, since your cards are ice. Wind? Wind, it gets fancy.
Fancy, you say?
Well, you have things like thieves who can actually mill your opponent and cause them to deck out. You have stuff like ninjas, which can go sneak under powerful forwards.
And steal my materia.
And steal your materia. Now you know how to get it.
With a children's card game.
And then you have things like chocobos, which have benefits based off of the party again. Then you have water. Water is a lot of healy stuff. Like most of the major white mages are in this type. So they can bring stuff back from the grave. They can increase draws for the turn, and positive effects like that. Earth is straight power. For instance, you have like monks, which was what I was using in the previous episode.
And Vanille.
And a lot of cards which have sacrificial powers. Fire is straight damage. This is a lot of the black mages, who will just blow up your opponent's forwards with extreme prejudice. Then you have the dark and light cards. These are the big players of the Final Fantasy game. And usually it's like the lead protagonist and the biggest villain. These guys are to be used sparingly, because you can only have 2 of them in play at any time. You can have 2 dark and 2 light. And they don't produce crystal energy, so you can't discard them for effects. So if you have a bunch of heroes in your hand, you're stuck with nothing most of the time.
I see. So you're saying that if I start building a deck with all of these cards, I might be able to win my freedom from you?
Possibly.